Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Anti-Terror Shorto. Today I'm going to be covering the content update of 10/17/2018. Yeah, we got an update and the add-ins of the game of the Jedi Knight Revan and the B2 or B-28 Extinction Bomber. So yeah, the legendary Jedi Knight Revan, or JKA, has joined the Holotables. The warrior mixed of legend is extremely powerful. And I will say, this character, I know I covered some thoughts on it, Revin, but this character feels like it's going to be way better. It's going to be a really good 1v1 for the tournaments that the Game Changers like to have. He's going to be 1v1 really good. Especially since he dies, he comes back. It's kind of like a Scion effect. Tactician who controls the battlefield with a wide mix of powerful abilities. Revin was rumored to have been very influential in shaping the history, history of Jedi Order, and was part of many pivotal battles to stop the growing threat of the Sith. Of course, he also stopped, took on Mandalorians. This update also includes the B-28 Extinction class bombers. This tactical bomber is capable of launching a vast amount of ordnance in order to wreak havoc and sow terror in the minds of the Sith enemies. The bomber is used by Sith Empire in the Great Galactic War and is most well known for laying waste to the Republic capital Coruscant. So that's kind of cool. New characters. There's another change. This one I want to talk about at the end, but I was still after I cover a little bit more of this. Ally points removed. Ally points bonus rewards from all events and challenges that do not cost energy. Whoa! So that's huge. It's huge. I think you can still get your ally points by, instead of simming, but just going in, selecting an ally, getting those bonus ally points that way. In like the light side, dark side, and cantina battles, because it has to, I think, cost energy. I don't know. I haven't tested it yet, but I'll probably test it and confirm it down the road. But anyways, events. We got the two events for the character and the ship. Shard shuffle. Guess what? You can start farming Imbo. Woot! He is now on hard 8C, so it's going to cost 20 energy. Ugh. Ewok Elder has been replaced, but he's still farmable on light side battles, hard 2C. So I do hope, I talk about this a lot, and other Game Changers talk about it a lot. So annoying to do hard nodes. I hope, because I feel like this game, especially when you get into a good guild, this game requires so much just requirements of needing multiple teams, territory battles, territory wars, the Sith, the raids. You need more than just like 2 to 4 teams. You need a vast amount over time. Of course, yes, it is over time, but it takes so long to farm some of these characters because you have to just refresh, spend crystals, refresh. I hope they actually do something to improve this. Make it a 50-50 chance to get a character, so you do 10 battles, you have a 50-50 chance to getting at least, one on each of those battles. I don't know what the exact percentage. I assume it's like 30%, 30 to 40. I could be wrong. I don't know the percent numbers. But I hope that it's either 50 to 60% maybe, but still at least allowing us to get the characters up a little faster, just so that we can utilize them in different teams. Or maybe have it where each you keep the percentage, or they may have to lower it a little. I don't know. Again, I don't know the percent numbers, but give us a chance to getting 1 out of 3. Kind of like when you do the new mod battles, I think it is, to get the mod abilities or mod gear, the mod gear pieces or whatever. You have a chance of getting 1 out. It says 3, but you have a chance of getting 1 out of 3, which I wish they put the 1-3. But whatever. So honestly, I feel like, because on one battle you can have a chance to get 3. Why can't we have that in characters and ships? At least the times when the energy costs over 10. Well, or at least over 12, something like that. 10 or 12, I don't know, but maybe anything under 12 is like a chance to getting 1 out of, or 2 for each no, or each chance. But I don't know, I hope they look into improving this in the future, because we have, I think, like 170 about characters in the game, and the more they add, the more they're going to need more ways of improving, especially if they keep taking, like, I know it's easy to get Ewok Elder on hard 2C, but it still takes a while to farm them, because yes, you're using less energy, but at the same time, if you're only doing, the max 8 at this point in time, unless I go back to 5, the max 8, and then wait for the next day to do the next, it's still going to take just about the same amount of time if you do the 20. Except this way, you can farm more characters at lower tiers as well, so that's kind of an upside. But so yeah, packs and bundles. There's packs and bundles for the new character, the new ship. Also, the new ship comes out. Oh, building materials pack is coming back. The new ship also, I forgot to mention, comes out next week, the 25th. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, they had some fixes. I'm not going to show it. Again, I'm going to post the link in the description below of these two topics. But I really want to talk about ally points. This is interesting. So, I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on it. Full thoughts at the end. Today's update will remove ally point rewards for all events and challenges that do not require energy. And I want to give you some background on why the change is being made. You will still earn ally points when you spend energy as usual. But we have traditionally struggled to provide something compelling to do with this currency. The weekly shipments are a good starting point, but the core issue is that the ally points economy isn't balanced. They are earned from almost every action you take, but there are very few places to spend them. And so they're starting to stack up in inventories, even more so before weekly shipments. As previously mentioned by Carrie, this is one of the reasons why we aren't implementing a multi-pull of bronzium packs for a while. We had given up on ally points as a viable currency until further changes were made. We want to do more with ally points. That is good. Like additional items in weekly shipments, and address some of the concerns that people have had about having too many ally points while there is not much to do with them. In short, we need to tune the economy a little bit more before we can offer many more things to buy with them. This doesn't mean we're going to be adding a ton of new ways to spend them. In the short term, it's just that if we want to, we need to give ally points out in fewer places. Says thanks for reading and understanding. So my thing with ally points, I felt like, of course, the big change is that they could have made a new currency in these areas they wanted. I don't know, like, I'm kind of up and down with this. I'm glad that they're possibly looking into more options for ally points. Of course, ally points wasn't on the table for the longest time. And even if they could have given us at least, a chance to get 4 packs, it would have been nice. Opening 4 packs at a time, so you're pushing less times, but you're still getting your rewards. Does this mean they'll take away bronzium packs in the future? I don't know. I've already implemented in previous videos, I've implemented my ideas to improving ally points. Some of them great, some of them not so great of ideas, because I will say I do agree with them on this. The ally point economy isn't balanced, and that's true because for a while there, around the time of the tournaments, about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago or whatever, when we got Shore Trooper and a few other characters, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, daily you were getting 5,000. That was huge. And then they stopped. They stopped coming out with. Then they stopped that 5,000 daily, and I will admit that is good, because some people would have a larger amount of inventory of ally points. Starting to add more into add more ally points into at least purchase in the weekly store or weekly shipments. I think that's cool. I like that. But hopefully we get a change in that, because I feel like, like right now I'm kind of around 60 to 70,000, where I have a friend that was like in the hundreds of thousands. And you could buy each week, a certain amount, and you won't lose out as much. Like I did buy the Omega the first week. I saved up to the 50,000, bought it out. No, I saved up to 65,000 because I like to keep like 15,000 in reserve when I spend a lot of ally points to, accumulate, accumulate the, so I can actually use Bronzium, spam it out, see if I can get some 80 shards so I can turn it into ship currency or shard store currency, but never, half the time it never works out, and half the time it does, or half the time it's in the middle. At least I'm getting maybe up to 500 to 1,000 on that currency. So in my opinion, or in my hoping, is that we will eventually get some super improved change to ally points. I'm thinking since they've done away with, or gotten the mod management done, that was hugely requested, they're now looking into some of these other areas to improve. So I'm going to assume this in the next 3 to 6 months, when around the time next year we do a lot of the quality of life updates, we might get an update to these ally points, so when they get an idea of how to run them. So we'll see what happens. Just to recap some of my ideas, other than the multiple pack opening and adding more characters into the Bronziums, some of my ideas of ally points was actually a store just for ally points, and you spend like, for like 5 shards you can, like, spend, like, I was at first at the time I was thinking, maybe 800 to 1,000, but I feel like maybe 1,000 ally points per character would be, or per character shard would make more sense. So it'd be like 5,000 for 5 character shards, which it'll eat away a lot of the player base's huge inventory. I'm like way behind compared to a ton of people that probably just don't even care to spend it. They've been probably spending it in the weekly store here and there, because if you have like 2 million ally points, 50,000's like, I'll catch up my Omegas. I'll get built up to the Zeta, Mark 3s. If I still need more Mark 3s, there you go. So it's tricky. Ally points were a little tricky, but having a store where you can at least buy some of the older characters, because a lot of characters are being cycled out of hard nodes in place of these newer characters. And it would be nice if they had a store the older characters had a store to go into other than other nodes that they are on. Just because they're such older characters, like TIE Fighter Pilot, First Order TIE Fighter Pilots, First Order Stormtrooper. These characters are needed, but, maybe make it a little easier to farm them in some other areas so newer players can, take a direction and make it a little easier for them. Because someone that was farming like two nodes of Ewok Elder, for example, now goes down to 1. That's tough. That's tough. Yes, it's nice that we get to farm Embo. I'm game on that. I'm hugely game on that. I've been wanting to farm Embo because he's a good bounty hunter, and I've seen how good he can be in Phase 1 of the Sith Raid. But still, improving. I hope they actually improve ally points and have ally points be a means to farm characters. Like, I would say in the next 6 months, take up to last October with Night Sisters, or maybe even December, January with the new First Order Resistance characters. Stop there and take, all those older characters and kind of fit them into this new ally store. And, improve the currency. Yes, I know some people are going to be like, I have tons of ally points. Now I can just sit there and spam and get a lot of shard currency for gear. In my opinion, for veteran players, that's fine. But if there's characters in there, older characters that they haven't farmed yet, like right now I haven't farmed, like Night Sister Spirit, some of the Ewoks, newer Ewoks, like you know, those kind of characters. I'm not saying like important characters like Mother Talzin go in there, but like Night Sister Spirit, Night Sister Zombie, or maybe not Zombie, because Zombie's starting to make Night Sisters way better since of the rework. But like Logray, Poplu, Chirpa, Chief Chirpa, Elder, like all 5 Jawas can go in there. Make it easier for players. If someone wants a Jawa team just to use as a random team to defeat a Territory War random team, great. Or they want to work on their Jawas just to have those 5 characters 7-starred to improve their overall guild galactic power for the rewards for Territory Wars and Territory Battles. Great. Do that. That's their, choice. Someone just wants to use Jawas. Someone wants to use Ewoks. But, like Tuskens could be in there too. All 3 of the Tuskens could instantly fit in there. So, like, take a certain point in time and take all the older characters, not the major characters, but like the older characters that have a lot, that need a space. Like the ones that cycle through, like Gamorrean Guard. Excuse me, Gamorrean Guard. If you want to farm him, go for it. At least it'd be a way to improve that. So hopefully they look into that. Maybe they'll be 2,000 per shard. I'd hate to spend 10,000 for a character, but at the same time, if they at least kept it similar to the way it was, who knows? Unless they decide to have it as a daily reward where you get 2,000 to 4,000 a day, and it costs like a character like 5,000, and so you're spending that 4,000 on like 3 or 4 shards or something. I don't know. I just hope they improve this in the near future and improve farming older characters, easier characters. Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commander took me forever in the ship store to farm, and I now have them 7-star gear, level 85, gear 8, and that's where I've left them, unfortunately. So who knows? We'll see. But other than that, that's kind of my thoughts on ally points. Hopefully, again, they improve in the future, but until then, we'll see what happens. Again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all those who watch the videos I make. I do plan on in the next couple of days making a video of kind of a improved schedule that's going to be happening in November, of when I decide when I'll be able to record certain videos. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.